All around the world, countries are struggling to solve common problems. From climate change to inequality, these issues are appearing everywhere. But China is working hard to find the answers. I'm Ian Goodrum. Join me as I discover how China is blazing a trail. It's fine. You guys don't have to worry. It's okay. They're not, like I say, they're pretty docile and they're focused on their work. So, Yu Jianhui used to be a part of China's fast-paced internet industry. But 3 years ago, he decided to make a seismic change. He left the big city and returned to his hometown of Kaihua County in Suzhou, Zhejiang Province. With support from the local government, he began a more quiet life as a humble beekeeper.
我是19年初开始接触这个中华小蜜蜂的，就是回到我们家乡开化，开始从事养殖的吧。收入这一块可能比城里工资还高了，养蜂这一块呢，可能每年也有20-30万差不多。
There are nearly 4,000 households raising bees in Kaihua, tending to about 53,000 colonies. More and more, people are discovering new means to achieve their dreams and raise their standard of living without having to leave their own backyards. After eradicating absolute poverty, this is part of China's next step on its path toward common prosperity.
实现共同富裕是中国共产党的初心。中国共产党成立的初期的宗旨，就是要实现没有剥削、人人平等。 人人都能够过上幸福生活的这样一个社会，这是中国共产党的一种追求。当然，实现共同富裕，说到底，一方面还是要继续做大蛋糕，另外一方面要把这个蛋糕要分好。
Common prosperity is a two-word phrase, and both parts are equally important. Prosperity standing in for continuous improvements to people's livelihoods, and common indicating a rational, fair distribution of resources.
Is one of the great triumphs, well, certainly for China, but for humanity, to demonstrate that in a scant 2 generations, you can take a country that's, by any definition, desperately poor and make it into a country that's moderately prosperous. And that should give everybody confidence that you can move in the era of common prosperity.
President Xi Jinping has said common prosperity is an essential requirement of socialism and a key feature of Chinese modernization. As such, the whole of Zhejiang province has been deemed a pilot zone for common prosperity by the central authorities. We'll expect to see more from the area, and in all likelihood see projects developed here adopted elsewhere as this bold experiment continues.
中国共产党在一些重大的战略部署出台之前，往往都会在一些地方上做一些试点。这一次呢，推进共同富裕，也是把共同富裕的一些相关的政策，在浙江先进行实施，看看这个过程当中会出现一些什么样的问题。
The Anren Community in Jiande City is another place in Zhejiang where common prosperity programs are being tested out. The community, which was established in 2021, combines the relatively well-off Anren village with 5 others. The grouping allows the 6 villages to share resources and develop jointly without any jurisdiction taking precedence or getting richer at another's expense.
共产党最大的优势叫什么？组织优势。我可以更好的把人力资源、社会资源全部整合起来，那么能够发挥出更大的这个绩效。
After the community was founded, more than 200 families who used to live high up in the mountains moved to newly built homes at the foot of the peaks. The new houses are equipped with modern utilities and easier access to public services.
这个房子统一归我们村里，统一建造，统一设计，造好了以后，再按照这个农户的需求，分给每个农户。
At Anren, I was shown around one of the houses by a local official. Though it was classified as medium-sized, it was quite spacious and home to an elderly couple.
我这个房子是368个平方米，搬迁下来是成本价，花了是79万多钱。第一就是小孩子读书是方便，第二老人看病方便。
With the support of the local government and party officials, public service facilities, including a senior care center and children's activity center, have been built for the people of the community to enjoy without prejudice or exclusion. These universal benefits are representative of the philosophy common prosperity promotes. These seniors have come from the 6 villages in the area. Almost every day they show up, right on schedule, to enjoy a meal and each other's company. The cost may come as a surprise considering the abundant portions. 5 yuan. Their meals are provided by the dining hall of an elderly care center, partly funded by regular donations from local enterprises, as well as other villagers. As an old Chinese expression goes, care for the elderly of your family as well as the elderly of others. That is to say, one should not forget those unrelated to you, even as you help your own. In this community, under the banner of common prosperity, such ancient aspirations are turning into material reality. Not far from Anren is Mei Chung Town in the city of Jiande. Mei Chung is a very old place, with a history of over 1,800 years. But before 2019, the town had been beset by cramped streets and high-density housing. In some cases, 5 or 6 families lived in one yard, suffering under poor sanitary and living conditions. In 2019, the local government built a new residential area next to the old town and allocated houses to dwellers at a price not 1 cent above cost. During the reconstruction of the ancient town into a bustling tourist area, the historical architecture was carefully preserved as new buildings were erected in the same style, creating a sense of continuity that was previously absent.
在提升居民生活条件的这个同时，也能够把我们古城的业态、古城的经济有特色的发展起来，从而造就更多的就业机会，以及更高的古城的产业产值和更丰厚的这种文化底蕴。
啊，3分钟，贴下去了。
The owner of this bakery was born and raised in Mei Chung, but for quite a long time he had no choice but to work away from home. Thanks to the relocation project, he was able to move to a much better house and make a triumphant return. After starting his shop in this rented storefront, one estimate of his daily revenue on busy weekends and holiday periods topped tens of thousands of yuan.
这3年跟以前就是翻天覆地的变化吧。你看我现在都胖了一圈了，以前都很瘦的，我以前心情现在是很好的啊。
I'm eating more of this. There's more going on here than new construction, although the scope of this project is something to behold. What I found here was a place brimming with vitality and promise, of hope for the future and confidence among the people they will leave behind a world better than they found it. It's that intangible quality, something that can't be measured by facts or figures, which will, from now on, be what I picture every time I hear the words, common prosperity. There's been a lot said and a lot written about China's economic growth miracle in the 40-plus years. There were a lot of people that saw higher incomes. There were a lot of people pulled out of poverty as a result of that. And we've seen other countries adopt market mechanisms, and it's done the same thing. That has created growth to a certain extent, but it has also created inequalities. It's left people behind. The difference is China, now that it's reached this new stage, can look back and take stock and say, well, that's not enough. We don't want to have just winners and just losers. We want people that enjoy a baseline quality of life. I'm fascinated to continue to see how that happens in the future now that this idea of common prosperity has become a political watchword